My name is Bobby W. Jones, and I'm originally from Altamont, Arkansas, and a graduate of Altamont High School. The reason I'm talking today is about a special occasion that happened that helped to bring me to the university and to pursue my education. Um, in my hometown, the Ben J. Altimer Foundation, the likes of the Ben J. Altimer Lab here, for which it was named, had a scholarship that they gave each year to the two top graduating high school seniors. I was in sixth grade and I knew that I wanted to become a physician. So after the graduation that day, I went by the high school principal's home. He was out in his garden, and I asked him, how do you go about winning or earning one of those scholarships? And he told me what I needed to do, good grades and everything. So I set my mind to doing that, and he asked me why, and I told him that I wanted to be a physician. If you flash forward 6 years later, came down to time for him, he was still the principal, to take those names of the top students to the Ben J. Altimer Foundation for them to select the two students that they were awarding the scholarships to. So he went back to pick up the recipients, and as he walked out, he said he noticed that not only did they give two this year, they gave four. But the important thing about that is that my name was not one of the four. So he said he sat in his car for a moment and he said, well, I'm curious as to why they didn't select Bobby Jones. So he said he went back and he asked, he said, can you tell me why this young man was not selected to be one of the recipients of the scholarship this year? Well, they said, well, he's a good athlete, he's a good student, he has good grades, somebody else will take care of him. And so he turned around, he went back to his car, said he almost made it to his car again, and he thought about our conversation 6 years earlier. So he went back again, and he said he realized that it was their money, they could do whatever they wanted to do with it, but because of our conversation 6 years earlier, he went back. And he said, I want you to know that this young man came to me 6 years ago while I was in my garden, asking about this scholarship and how to go about earning it. And he did all of those things. Sure, he has good grades, he is a good student, he's Mr. Altimer High, most likely to succeed in all of those things. And if he doesn't get this scholarship, every student at the school and every teacher at the school, they'll understand that it doesn't mean anything to work as hard as he did to get a good education and to earn these scholarships. So he walked out with 5 scholarships, and I was the 5th one. And that is the importance. And he told me this story about 15 years after the fact. And I learned from that that people will bend over backwards and go out of their way to help you if they see that you're about bettering yourself. And when I came to the university, I had a story, and my story is that I worked 3 part-time jobs full-time to put myself through school. So I understand what it means to have scholarships, and that's why my wife and I created a scholarship, the Sammy Perry Ernestine Jones Perseverance Scholarship, that we give each year ever since 2005 to a upper class student from Jefferson County, Washita County, or Phillips County in Arkansas, in the tune of $2,500, so that some student won't have to work as hard as I had to while I was pursuing my education here at the university. We all have stories, and I was just asked that you would think about the theme that I have when I was president of the Black Alumni Association, to think back, look back, come back, and give back. And that way we can help our students so that they can pursue their education without the hassles, the heartache, the struggles, and the strains that we had to go through. So I appreciate that and hope that you will consider and do the same.